got Nina from Anew Leasing, and she's going to be chatting to us about how to afford the best and also the safest baby products. Because as new parents, we know that you want nothing but the best for your children. And we also know that baby equipment is really expensive and often only needed for a limited period of time. Anew was created to lease parents the very best baby products affordably and safely. Customers only pay for items while they're using them and not a second longer. And if they no longer need something, they return it to Anew Leasing. At the same time, getting the highest quality products and keeping costs down with no worry about storage or selling secondhand once they're no longer in use. All of the items are professionally cleaned with earth-friendly products and undergo stringent safety checks to ensure that the next customer receives the item in the very best order, as good as Anew, in this way, not only helping new parents to save money, but still getting the very, very best for your babies and doing a bit to promote sustainability and curb overconsumption. So thank you so much for joining us today, Nina. I'm going to mute my video and stop my video, mute my voice, and then I have made you co-host. And if you have a presentation, then you'll be able to share that with the participants.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Karen. Appreciate that. Can everyone hear me? Just wanted to make sure that, and can everyone see me? I'm not sure if I'm there in everyone's screen, but I'm just going to talk. If you cannot hear me or see me, please do shout out. So as Karen said, I am Nina. My surname is Hanedoes. I'm originally Dutch, even though this is not a completely not Dutch surname. And yeah, I'm the founder of Anew Leasing. I'm going to take you through a presentation where I'm going to go through a bit about how we started, who we are, why we're doing what we're doing. Then we're going to go through a bit of what products and what is renting actually, and why should we be renting, or why is renting an option, and why should we consider it? And then there's actually a space for Q&A after. We also have an amazing prize to give out. And I'll drop it somewhere in the session. I'm not sure where yet, but when the time is right, I'll drop it in. So please do stay tuned to see what we have to offer you and how you can win it. So yeah, I'm just going to share my screen now. Bear with me, even though I haven't been in many Zooms, this is the tech that doesn't always go well for me. There we go. I think this should go. Yeah. Can I get maybe a thumbs up from people?
Can see you and we can hear you.
Perfect. And can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can see the presentation. Perfect.
Cool. Okay, there we go. So yes, affordable and safe baby equipment. So our story began when two moms met at antenatal class. I remember sitting at the back of the then still physical antenatal classes and listening to the information and feeling utterly overwhelmed. As a foreigner, being from Holland, I was looking forward to connecting with women that were going through the same phase in their life. I was really just looking for support and new friends that understood how I was feeling, but struggled to find the initial connection. And my co-founder, Lushinka, remember sitting at that same back, that's how we met, and being so eager to find out about what each couple was doing to really prepare for the arrival of their baby. She recalls that the biggest discussion topics during breaks were whether you were planning a cesarean or a natural birth, which gynecologist you had, and even which products and brands you were planning to buy. As she always says, that was a stress and pressure point for her. And as we welcomed our daughters or our children into our lives and kind of found like a mom friend in each other, we started to compare notes along the way. Even though coming from two complete different backgrounds, we found we had similar visions and wishes for our families, for our babies, and for ourselves. So during many meetups with other friends and play dates of our then growing daughters and second time children. And we realized we were faced with the same problem. As parents, we felt overwhelmed with choice, pressure, and a whole lot of unsolicited advice. And if we kind of summarize it, how we felt and what it felt like being in parenthood, we really always say to clients, the frenetic buildup to becoming a parent comes with a lot of uncertainties. Information and advice comes at you thick and fast. Knowing what you need versus what you want is very difficult. And before you know it, you're utterly overwhelmed. And on top of that, both Lushinka and I struggled to find good quality baby products at an affordable price. So we put our heads together and decided to find a better way. And so Anew was born, South Africa's first premium baby product rental service. And don't get me wrong, I've many times said South Africa's first premium baby rental service. We're not a baby rental service, but a baby product rental service. A little bit about ourselves. So this is me. I'm a mother of 2 daughters and a trained life coach. As much as being a mom filled my cup and sometimes made it overflow, I had a strong urge to be a role model for my girls and contribute to a better future for the world they will live in. Having grown up in Europe, I had access to many high quality baby products, and I knew exactly what I wanted. I was looking for the best of the best, the newest and the most beautiful, and I did not mind spending all that money to get it. In hindsight, it is crazy, and it really gets to me how much money I threw over the counter to have premium products while they lasted only a few months. So much for a product's lifespan. Seeing many mom friends struggle with finding quality baby products in South Africa, I felt there was a need to support moms make better choices. Through Anew, I personally also hope to encourage parents to think more consciously about their consumer behavior and the overconsumption it generates. On the production side of the baby market, I also hope to inspire producers with how they can extend or change the lifespan of baby products so that we can all move towards a more circular system that is more focused on a circular economy. This is my co-founder. Her name is Lushinka. A little bit about her. Lushinka is a self-employed mother of 2, and she's founding member of Into the Netball Academy and now co-founder of Anew. Being of a mom, she says, of a pigeon pair in the modern world is no easy feat. And I'm fully aware of the challenges modern families face when growing their tribe. There is so much information, so many opinions, and so much to deal with that it can be very difficult to see the way forward. She says, I struggled the most with getting the best baby products at affordable prices. I wanted a certain branded products that I could not afford. To get the second best, I asked many other moms for their opinion. Too many, I can tell you now, because I was utterly overwhelmed and often indecisive. Through Anew, Lushinka says, I personally want to make parenthood more affordable and more functional. Why should you have to spend so much money when products are so short-lived? Also, I strongly feel that there should be better and more transparent information and advice on baby products for parents. So this is kind of like who we are, where we came from when we started Anew. And so through Anew, we offer solutions for parents on the baby market. It is really a myth that you have to buy baby products brand new. Why not rent and keep costs down? We're offering co-sleepers, prams, car seats, breast pumps, and many other premium baby products. But why would you consider renting? So in the next few minutes, I just really want to spend a little bit more focusing on why to rent. Why would you rent? So first of all, baby products do not come cheap. And I'm sure some of you have experienced that, are experiencing it, or are going to experience that. So renting is a more economic option for parents. And secondly, as your child moves through development stages quickly, you often only need something for a few weeks or months. A baby bath or a co-sleeper are items that are often only used for a few months. Was the purchase value worth it in such a short time frame? So let's zoom in on that a little bit. I think most parents and parents-to-be would agree with me that safety is one of the most important factors when it comes to raising a baby. Thinking about safety, what comes to mind often is a car seat. Car seats are products many parents would not really consider renting. But let's look at the lifespan of a car seat, and specifically the infant car seat, basically the first car seat you get. Through childhood, one child goes on average to between 3 to 4 car seats or booster seats. So it's actually a multitude of car seats just for one child. And when buying your infant, so that first car seat, to safely bring your baby home in from the hospital, many parents do not consider that this product that can be very short-lived. Depending on how big or tall your baby is, babies can easily outgrow their first car seat within 6 to 7 months. I, for example, had to transition my daughter at 6 months from her infant seat to her toddler seat. I spent close to 5,000 Rand on that infant car seat that lasted me 6 months, of which I didn't really use it much for the first 2 months. Was it worth it? I used it with my second one, but still, it's a very short time frame that is used with a car seat. So generally, we suggest parents to rent infant car seat for the first few months, save money through renting, and using those savings to invest in that toddler car seat or that level up that lasts about till 3.5 to 4 years. And that's what we call a smart investment. And talking about the safety of renting car seats is a question that we often get. So when it comes to the safety of car seats, we work hand in hand with brands that we represent. The majority of our car seats come from Mexicosi, for example, a brand many parents would like to have for their car seats. So together with Mexicosi South Africa and car seat safety experts, we have established safety and hygiene checklists that every car seats that we have in our inventory goes through after it's returned from the customer, making renting a safe and economic option. So basically, when we receive car seats back, to be able to guarantee the quality of car seats for the next customer, we have a whole checklist that we work through that is focused on safety as well as hygiene. And this list we have established together with Mexicosi and car seat experts to actually make sure that we can assure that we bring the car seats to the customer in the best, safest, and most clean way. But let's actually discuss the number. I said one of the benefits of renting is that it's much cheaper. It's much more economic. So here we have a co-sleeper. Co-sleeper is for those that do not know, it's kind of like a sleeping, not pod, but like a sleeping device or product where a child can be very close to either the mom or the dad in the bed. So it kind of like is adjacent to the bed, but the child has its own sleeping bed, as you can see on the photo, within kind of like arm's reach of the mom or the father. Often a product very much wanted for moms that are breastfeeding and do not want to be too far away from their child for those first few months. So let's discuss the numbers or the economics of renting when it comes to this co-sleeper. A co-sleeper, for example, is on average used for 4 months and can easily cost you between 3,000 to 6,000 Rand. As I said, it's a much wanted product by moms, but is often considered luxury because the benefit does not outweigh the cost. The Mexicosi Iora co-sleeper that you see in the picture here, for example, retails for 5,099 Rand. 5,099 Rand for a product that on average, based on research and experience that we have with customers, is used for 4 to 5 months. So we rent the co-sleeper for 425 Rand a month. So let's say you use it for that average of 4 months. That comes to a total of 1,700 Rand for rental costs. if you look at the retail value minus the renting value, that saves you up to 3,399 rand. And that is what you are saving. Even considering the resale value, because that's what people often say, but we still have the product and it can make money. On average, the Maxi Cozy Iora on marketplaces and secondhand places where second or pre-loved products are sold goes for about 2,500 rand. So considering the rental price, the retail value, and how much the resale value of Maxi Cozy Iora is, you still actually through renting make up to 17.6%, where you have actually 17.6% more saving, even if you would consider reselling it. So making renting the cheaper option. So when we were kind of like where we were preparing to launch Anew and we're doing the research into products and product pricing, we really sat down and looked at all the variables, including resale value, including what are people willing to spend, including what's the retail values of premium and non-premium products. So what we want to guarantee through each product, and this is obviously based on average usage time. Obviously, if people want to rent a product for a long time, that is possible. But when you look on average renting time and how much the cost is of renting, we guarantee that on all our products, you at least make a 10 to 15% savings considering resale value. So that is after even selling the product. There's still a 15% bigger saving through renting. And the second product that I want to just give you another example of how economic renting could be is a baby bath. Often a product a lot of parents want, but know that it's short-lived because it's for the first few weeks or months, and save on. There are many more cheaper options for the baby bath, and therefore more expensive baby baths would not be considered, even though there are definitely some more functionalities to having a bath on a stand or having some more economic functionalities of the bath. So for example, this is the Luma baby bath. And I said we rent it out. Why we rent this product out? Because it supports parents and their baby with ergonomic position while bathing or being bathed. So the Luma baby bath retails for about 1,600 rand. Our rental fee is 165 rand a month. And on average, a baby bath is used again between 3 to 4 months, taking the rental fee in total to 495 rand. That is a total saving, brute saving of 1,127 rand. If we consider the estimated resale value of baths, which isn't so high on marketplaces or pre-loved markets, that is close to a net saving of 38.7%. So asking, why buy a baby bath if you could rent? And then so we know renting is more economic, and that's what I've been showing. So another reason or another solution what renting offers is the ability to actually try products out and return them. And actually, if you think about it, as a parent, one of the most frustrating things that you have to deal with is the unknown, ranging from the unknown sex of your child to their unknown reaction to the latest baby product you have bought to your child. That specific item that you bought may be super functional and look fantastic, but your baby might dislike it and won't go near it. So the ability to return an item if your child does not take to it, or simply exchanging it for a different item, is a great option that you can only have when renting. So to give an example, when we did our research before starting Anew, we held several focus groups with moms. In one of the groups, a mom of twins participated. She told us how she struggled to find the right pram for her twins and how much money she actually wasted. She said she was determined to buy the Bugaboo Donkey Duo for twins. That is a beautiful, phenomenal pram, but it comes with a price tag of 36,000 rand. So she was 36,000 rand in buying this pram, to only find out that when she got home, that pram did not fit in the boot of her car. So she settled for a cheaper twin pram, to later in the year found out that she needed yet again a different pram for the twins, because her husband got a new job overseas and had to travel a lot. That was roughly 60,000 rand into prams before she found the pram that suited her. So as that serves as an example as to how renting can give you the ability to try products out and return them if they do not work for you. So we don't say do not buy, but be smart and think about your investment that you're making. Rent a product, see if it works for you. If you like it, great, go buy it. But explore that opportunity to try products. Another reason to rent is that our products that we are offering through Anew have been handpicked and have been vetted by an expert panel of parents and industry experts. So we have our handpicked premium baby products that have been vetted by our expert panel of parents and industry experts. All the products that we rent out have been tried, tested, and they come recommended. Factors as safety, comfort, functionality, aesthetics, durability, and many others have been filtered into our curated selection of products. Whether you rent a pram, a car seat, a bouncer, you know that parents and experts, and not sales representatives, recommend these products. They love them, they vouch for them, and they want you to enjoy the time with these products as well. So the stress of choosing the right product is entirely taken out of the equation through renting through Anew. Another reason to rent is the convenience of not having to store or sell products secondhand when no longer in use. An additional plus side to renting is that convenience, exactly. Just imagine how much space baby products take up. Really picture it. If it is not standing in the attic collecting dust, that it's in the way in one other room, or basically then it's in the way in one of the rooms where it's standing. There are currently many marketplaces that help you to sell your pre-loved baby products. But all the scrolling over marketplaces, inviting people into your home to view the products and the price negotiations, ask us or ask me, and I know that you never get the product's worth for it. And two, every parent, and definitely every parent or new parent, has 10 to 20 more urgent things to do. So as much as selling things secondhand is definitely a great option, there's just a lot of time and effort and money that is wasted in having to do all that. Through renting, you won't have products standing in your way, nor having to put in the effort of going through all that. One of the questions we get asked oftentimes is, but what about the hygiene of the products? So all our items are professionally cleaned with earth-friendly products and undergo stringent safety checks to ensure that every next customer receives the products in the best of order. I think Karen also mentioned it. We call it as good as Anew. We assure the quality of our products by function testing all products upon their return. We methodically check all products for damage, staining, and holes, and replace worn parts where possible, and professionally deep clean products once they are returned. This is done by using industry-endorsed, environmentally friendly cleaning products that are both hypoallergenic and child safe. We believe this helps to contribute to both the longevity of the product as well as the sustainability for the environment. We literally have checklists for each product, ranging from products checklists from 6 steps to even 38 steps safety and hygiene checklist. So we have a full book for every product with a checklist that we go through. When a product comes back, we check and make sure that all these checks are made. If it's not, if it basically doesn't meet the checklist, then we take the product out of circulation and make sure and only replace it when it's ready to go back in. In addition, at Anew, we offer personalized advice to help parents select the right baby products for their families. The stress and the pressure you feel to get the right products suited to your needs, we completely understand. The fact is, every family, home environment, and child is unique. That requires unique advice. We can offer this by giving you sound, practical, and educated advice that meets your needs and your budget, whether you're looking for packages, a subscription, or just single hiring options. Our consultations start with a simple short survey that helps us to determine what your needs, what your needs are, what your budget is, and what your wish list is. From there, we start the conversation and then advise you on ways to save money and think about preparing the nursery and the house for your baby. It's kind of the consultation that you never had when you went to visit baby hypers or specialty shops. And this is where our giveaway comes in. We are giving away one consultation to a lucky winner that's listening in at the moment. It's basically 45 minutes to 60 minutes consultation where we start off by knowing what your needs are, what your budgets are, and take you through all the practical things of preparing for a baby and preparing your house for a baby, and discuss our practical understanding of what products potentially are interested to buying, potentially interested to renting, and helping you think it is what you really need and how you can grow with products, or how products can grow with you and your family. And then finally, and last thing of my presentation is what I'm very passionate about is this: renting is the sustainable alternative to overconsumption on the baby market. Because we offer our products for rent, we can make several families happy with the same product. In this way, fewer products need to be produced in the end. And as a result, raw materials are less quickly exhausted, we reduce CO2 emissions from production and transport, and we actually, through renting, we reduce water consumption, all for a better future for our children. So in sum, renting is an option, and we say renting. Why renting? It's no waste of time, effort, money, and actual landfill waste. And that's kind of like what Anew does, what we offer. Some photos have been shown here of some of the products that we are renting out. And I'd love to hear from people. If there's any questions, if there's any concerns or thoughts about renting, and how they feel about renting, or related to this topic. Let me see if I can get to the chat. Can I stop sharing? Okay, there's the chat. Such a great concept from Sarah. I have been trying to buy secondhand as much as is possible. Didn't think about renting. Yeah, so we get that a lot. When we started to do research about what is the market doing in South Africa, we definitely found a lot of secondhand pre-loved concepts, but renting not so much. And when it considered renting, it wasn't really a curated selection of products. It was often already pre-loved products that were rented out, and the quality of the products wasn't really held high. So when we went in, we really felt that we had to set up and make sure that the quality of the products that we deliver needs to be high as possible. And I think this might be a nice.
Would you like to stop sharing your screen, and then we can?
That would be fantastic. Great. Can I see if there's another question? Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce your name right. Okay, sorry, I'm Dutch and I'm really trying my best there. Is there a deposit payable when renting? Obviously, when it comes to our high value products, there is some form of surety that we require, because we're sometimes renting out products for 6, 7, 8 months. We've had people renting out up to 7 months certain products. So we do require deposit that you get back once the products are returned. And there might be some questions about damage. What happens if a product is damaged? Wear and tear. So we say, you're renting products because you want to use them, and we love you to use the products. So wear and tear definitely will happen, especially with kids. Wear and tear happens, and it gets dirty, it gets messy, and that's what products are for. So wear and tear is definitely considered. When it's considered wear and tear, there's no real cost to that. When it comes to greater damage, when a product is damaged in a way that it cannot be used or is not safe anymore, it needs to be returned to us. We do use the deposit to replace. As we said, we try to replace things that are broken or need to be replaced. But I have to say, so far we haven't really had to. So it's more as a surety thing, the deposit, a surety from our side. And we have chosen products for the quality as well. So we're choosing really durable products, durable materials that can be washed. So oftentimes there's products with a cover. Those are covers that can be washed. As long as you consider the washing instructions that are on the product and that you get with us when you rent a product, things can be washed. Car seats can be washed. Covers of the car seat can be washed. Covers of bouncers can be washed. And a lot of the other materials is often wood, which can easily be cleaned with like a damp cloth. Feeding chairs is very durable plastic, and some of their feeding chairs, the accessories can even go into the dishwasher. So products have been chosen to be functional and durable. Functional as in that they serve a function, but that it's also functional for parents to clean it, and that they are durable and can be used by not just one family, but multiple families and still have that good quality. And that's why we actually work with premium products, because many premium products make use of better material, stronger material, more durable material. So yes, we do require deposits for higher value products, but that deposit is returned when products come back to us. Any other questions, or should I throw a win in here? If you're keen and want to win this consultation with Anew, the 60 or 45 to 60 minutes consultation, I would love to hear from you, whether you're a mom to be, a second time mom, a dad to be. Okay, need to make it more general because that would only apply to moms to be. But what do you feel is your biggest pressure point when it comes to selecting products? As I said, and as you know yourselves, there is such an overwhelm when it comes to what products do we need for the baby? How much money are we willing to spend? Is this functional? Will this work or not? So what is your biggest pressure point, your biggest pain point when it comes to the baby equipment and safe and affordable baby equipment? Knowing the right fit for our life and good quality versus money spent. Yeah. I'd love to see some more feedback. That was from Sarah. I see Cassandra is also asking a question. Where are you based? What areas do you rent to, transport to? So we are based in Cape Town, but we provide our services throughout most urban areas in South Africa. So we deliver to most urban areas in South Africa. Yeah. And getting back to Sarah and her answer to like, what is your biggest pain point? Knowing the right fit for our life and good quality versus money spent. I see another answer, comfort for my baby and budget. Oftentimes, so if you look at baby products in South Africa, it's kind of like the range of like entry-level products, and oftentimes that is made from more cheaper type of plastic. And then there is the top range premium products. There's not really a market for in between. It's like entry or premium, and there's nothing really in between. And renting can be that in between when you consider the price ranges of the entry level and premium. The price ranges, it just skyrockets to premium. Which makes it for a lot of people unaffordable. And that was my business partner, Lushinka. That was her reason, like why she really felt passionate about starting this. It's like she looked so hard everywhere to find the right products that were comfortable, that fit their life, but were affordable. And she didn't have that budget to spend on premium products. So with renting, you bring that budget down to a more balanced form. It's not the entry level and the quality of the product is higher than entry level products, but it's not the premium price that you have to pay for it. Comfort for my baby and budget. Also, when you consider looking at products, if you consider entry-level products versus premium products, there's a whole range of different comfort to consider there. A lot of the premium range products consider not only the comfort for the baby, but also the comfort for the parents. And take, for example, the baby bath that I showed you. That baby bath is phenomenal because it not only considers that a baby is safely in a bath by an insert that shapes them, that keeps their heads up and keeps their head above the water, but it's also made in such a way that the parent stands like upright as much as possible, bent over a little bit forward. And for those moms that have cesareans, having to bath your child on the floor or in a bath is pretty much impossible. Standing upright makes it much easier. But also that baby insert and the way the baby bath is created, this premium baby bath, it's really been thought about. How do you take a baby out of the bath? Like, how is it easy to take your slippery baby out of the bath? So when it comes to comfort, a lot of the premium products really consider the comfort of the baby and the comfort of the parent. Same for car seats. There's so many things that premium car seats have that non-premium car seats do not have. And that's for across the board of products. What else? Knowing where to even start when choosing a product. Yeah. I remember being pregnant and everyone had something to say. Oh, no, you need to choose this product or this brand and this works and get this and do this. And your auntie says this and your friend says this and this says that. And then your husband comes, no, we cannot afford that. It needs to be this. There's just so much. In the meantime, you're pregnant, your hormones are raging. You want the best, you want it clean, you want it new. You don't know. So in our consultations, we take you through the basic needs, and the basic needs are simple. In the first few weeks and months of your baby's life, your baby sleeps, it feeds, it poops, and that's basically his or her needs. So you need to provide for a place where the baby can sleep, where you can change and clean and care for the baby and wash them, and a place where they can feed. And obviously, when considering transporting your child, there needs to be a safe way of transporting your child. But those are the needs in the first few weeks. So we are complete advocates for a minimalist nursery. Many people don't need a nursery because they co-sleep with their child. That takes a bed, a cot out of the equation. It might require a co-sleeper, but that is then again in your space, in your room. So the basics, to get the basics right in the beginning, is quite simple. But there's such an overwhelm because everyone has something to say and something that works. And every family environment, every child, every baby is unique. So there is not a one fit plan that works. Sarah says, do you rent cots? So we do rent a cot. We have a Stokke cot. It's called the Stokke Mini. And that is actually a cot that transitions from a bassinet to a whole bed, a toddler bed. And we mostly rent it out to kind of people, swallows that come over for a short period of time, like spend 3-4 months in South Africa and want a sturdy toddler bed for their child, or parents that are transitioning their child to, that are not ready yet to get out of the cot to a whole toddler bed, because the Stokke Mini has a special feature in there. It's an easier transition. But yeah, we do rent out the bassinet version as well. But many people use, for example, the Cocoon Moses basket that we rent out, or the co-sleeper as a form of a cot as well. And then Cara has a message here. I like the idea of not having to have so much baby equipment over the years. Renting allows you to not get attached to it and use what you need when you need it. Also, renting, you are exposed to see what worked for other families or didn't. Yeah. So Lushing and I are both two-time parent. Well, how do you say that? Well, we both have 2 kids the same age. So we started antenatal together, and then we fell pregnant at the same time together as well. So that's how we definitely bonded. And Lushinka really said, like, the baby market is just not transparent. And I'm not going to mention companies or places where to buy baby stuff, but you go there and you're bombarded with this brand, that brand. Oh, try this, or this looks beautiful, this works. but there's no transparency, and there's never the question, does it work for you? What are your needs? What is your budget? And the products that we have vetted, really, we have a team of people that we trust. So that is parents that we trust, but that's also experts when it comes to car seat safety, when it comes to hygiene, when it comes to aesthetics, when it comes to functionality, that we consult when we're considering placing a new product on our listing and say, what do you think about this product? Try it out. How do you feel about it? What do you say about aesthetics? What do you say about functionality? So renting really also gives you that trial and error. Like, I bought this beautiful, expensive bouncer that I really wanted for my kids, to find out that they both just could not care less about a bouncer. I tried, but they just were not interested in it. So having spent that money, if I knew that they wouldn't, obviously I would not have spent that. But it's the same with other products. When you buy it, it's yours and you've spent the money. And yes, you can sell it secondhand, but the time and effort and not being able to actually get the real worth of that product back is factors to consider when you are basically reselling your products, or putting your pre-loved products back on the market. So yeah, there's a lot to say, but I think one thing that we are considering, especially what also counted for me, was that during my first time pregnancy, I really enjoyed the nesting. I really enjoyed just doing all the research, going to the shops 15, 16 times, and thinking again and thinking again and thinking again. And that's part of it. And we definitely do not want to take that away from you. But there's also a large group of women that really feel overwhelmed and feel the stress of doing the right thing for their baby, doing the right thing for everyone. And feel that stress. And I think that is stress that you shouldn't be feeling during pregnancy. And we're definitely willing to help you with that and help you think that through, what works for you. And with that said, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's say, yeah, we have 4 contenders for the prize. I think I will announce the winner after this session with an email to that person with a bit more information about the session. But yeah, are there any other questions? I can talk for hours, but is there any concerns or questions about renting, about the hygiene? We get that often. Parents say, but renting, how will I know that I'm not getting a car seat where the previous baby has vomited in, or has had a big poo nappy in that leaked? And those are things that we really thought through before we started. And we really are high on hygiene. If I would not put my child in it, I would not send a product out. And that's why we have these stringent checklists that are really till the smallest detail that say how a product needs to be cleaned, what needs to be checked, how the functionality needs to be checked, and all of that. So yeah, are there any questions around that or other things?
I think your presentation has been one of those that pretty much answered all the questions. It was really, really comprehensive, and so many of the things that would worry, or that parents would worry about. And I think what I love is that it's something that so many of the people who have attended today actually hadn't considered, because it isn't a big thing here yet. But hopefully, now that you're around and people are getting to know more about you, that it will be something, just to make it less overwhelming, more affordable. And I know definitely, from my experience of working with families and couples, how much is spent and how much equipment is bought that just never even gets out of the box, or gets used once or twice and then donated or sold or given to somebody else. So very much behind this concept of cutting down, because as you say, so much of these things are marketed as being essential, and they're not. And I couldn't agree more with you about those first few weeks where babies just eat, sleep, and poop.
Yeah. I definitely think, it's a discussion we always have about the nursery. Like, I had a full out kitted nursery. And if I think what I used, it's just actually sad. Basically a corner of the nursery, that's what I used. And I think a lot of parents get that stress, like, oh, we need to get the nursery ready, it needs to have X, Y, and Z. And it is. You only, when your baby arrives home, do you find out what your needs are, what the baby's needs are. And sometimes it's a combined need. Well, most of the time it's the combined need. It's not only the need of the baby, it's also the need of the family and how the parents or the siblings respond to it. And that is why we say, get what is really essential. And what really is essential is probably 5 things, not those to-do list. I need to get X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. There's really just few things that you really need for those first few weeks. And then you start finding out, oh, this is how we run as a family. This is how it logistically works as a family. Oh, this is what this baby needs, or this is what we want or want to try to create. And from there, you can start expanding on some of the products. But the real basics are the same. And another product that we're renting out, which often questioned, why would you rent that out, is a breast pump. Breastfeeding journeys are so vastly different for every mom, whether it's short-lived, non-lived, to whether it's long term. And within that, you have different needs and different wants. And many parents phone us and say, I want to book the breast pump. I'm giving birth on this and this date. I want it on basically the day before. And then we say, but why don't you first give birth, see how it goes? If you need it, we can always get it to you. We've delivered breast pumps into hospitals for moms with premature babies, and they had the breast pump on the day that they needed it. But first, really experience, what is your need? Maybe your baby sucks perfectly and you don't need a breast pump. Then there's multiple reasons why people want to rent breast pumps. Might be to get a freezer stash before they go to work, or the baby's kind of weaning him or herself off and you want to try to keep your supply up because you're thinking this is not the end of the journey yet. There are so many reasons, and having to buy like a pump for that is an insane amount of money, not knowing whether you actually will use it or not. And again, when it comes to breast pump, there's entry-level breast pump and there's premium breast pump levels. And there is a big difference between entry-level and premium range. The premium range just sucks much more out. So then having to spend that money, but knowing whether to use it might actually not be worth it. So there's a lot to say for it, yeah.
I'm actually really glad that you brought that up about the breast pumps, because I was going to say that. And it is definitely one of those things that has been marketed very cleverly in the last 5-7 years and made out to be something that is an essential item, before your baby is born. And it definitely is not an essential item. I'm also a breastfeeding consultant or lactation consultant, and a breast pump shouldn't actually be used unless you have had a proper consultation and somebody has guided and assisted you with breastfeeding. And the chances of needing it in the first week are really very, not, I wouldn't say unusual, but it's more common that you will need assistance than you will need a breast pump. And there are very definite reasons and very definite times when a breast pump is needed, but it's certainly not something that you need to have.
And if you had the amount of moms that contacted us and say, I want to pre-book this for when I'm giving birth, and then look, we're not lactation consultants, so we say, from a practical understanding, this is what we can tell you. If you need further information, there's lactation consultants that you should contact. The breast pump that we're renting out has been chosen in consultation with lactation consultants, but that is all that we can say. From a practicality, we can say, consider X, Y, and Z, and then you can make an informed decision. But the stress women feel of the kind of like that whole checklist, what you need to have in your hospital bag, what your essentials are. Like if you Google baby essentials, it's lists of hundreds of things. And if you really want to think what essential means, there is actually 5 products that you should be having, and that is what you start with, and then you can start building on things. So it's minimal what you actually need. Yeah.
I'd actually like to ask all the participants, if there are any participants here who are second or third time parents, if they would like to share in the chat, if there was any equipment that they bought that they never used or that they thought they would use that became defunct. So I'd love to hear from everybody who's here.
I'll start. No, let's see if there's any parents that have a bit more. But yeah, I definitely had that bouncer that just didn't do it for me. I know many parents that love bouncers, but for me, it did not go through. Yeah.
Well, we've got another 3 minutes for anybody to drop in the comments any equipment that you bought that you really wanted or you really liked or you really thought you'd needed, or somebody had said, oh, you absolutely have to have this gadget or device or whatever. And then it ended up sitting in the bottom of the cupboard and never came out, or when it did come out, your baby didn't actually like it. Please share the five essentials list.
That might be in a consultation that we can do, because there's a little bit of explanation for that. But I've written down the names or I've screenshotted the people that answered, and I will get back to those people about the potential prize that or the consultation that can be won.
That's awesome. Nina, I can't thank you enough for your participation today. It's been so enlightening. It's been wonderful to see exactly how renting works. And thank you so much for sharing all of that information. For those of you who have been here all day, and I know Sarah, Cara, Cassandra, and there's a few others who have been popping in and out all day.
Amazing.
Yes, it has been amazing. I hope that your husbands have been plying you with snacks and food and keeping you entertained in between. For those of you who haven't been able to see all of them, and if you've missed any, don't forget that I will be sending out emails which will have links to all the replays, as well as any links and information that the speakers have shared. So none of that will go amiss. And then I see there's a water breast pump, and the milk never came out as much as I wanted, and the part was used only for a week. Thanks, Sarah. Yes, well, I think that's one of those things where, as you say, it's a combination of either not knowing exactly how to use the breast pump, or possibly having the wrong one, or not having someone who can guide and assist you with your breastfeeding journey, which is so essential. Sarah has to go now, won't be around for the rest, unfortunately, and you're going to catch up tomorrow. Fantastic. Looking forward to that. I need to find our next speaker. So thank you so much, Nina. While I connect with that, have a lovely day.
Yes. Good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you so much.